Welcome to Catholic Social Media News, where we bring all those little religious stories floating around on the internet to you in one concise little video. One of the top stories that's showing up in a lot of news outlets is that Justin Bieber is not getting his Instagram back, but it's for an interesting reason. The 22-year-old pop singer came out during a concert in London saying, "Who thinks I should get my Instagram back?" And the whole crowd cheered. And then he says, "Nah.
I don't want to get my Instagram back. Instagram is for the devil."
I think hell is Instagram," he says. "I'm like 90% sure. We get sent to hell and we get like locked in the Instagram server. Like I'm stuck in the DMs or direct messages. I'm trying to climb my way out and I can't. I don't even know what I'm talking about," he added with a laugh and continued the concert. So to anybody who was actually wondering if Justin Bieber would get his Instagram back, I don't think so. And to anybody else who doesn't care about Justin Bieber, you gotta admit this is a little interesting from our Catholic view and perspective. By addressing the crowd, Justin Bieber was probably looking out for the rest of us who get sucked into Instagram, and he says, get off there, don't depend on the likes you get on Instagram, go out there and love yourself. And he's not sorry for saying so. And also, Justin Bieber is not getting back together with Selena Gomez, but enough about Justin Bieber. This is not Hollywire Hot Minute, this is New Catholic Generation. So, next story. Recently at New Catholic Generation, we reviewed the trailer for the Silence film coming out soon. And there's been a lot of interesting information that's been going around about what the actors went through while they were preparing to make the film. Specifically, Andrew Garfield and Adam Driver. At churchpop.com, they have a whole article about it, which I'll read to you, that the Jesuit retreat that Andrew Garfield made in preparation for filming Silence left him filled up with all this longing to spread the teachings of Christ, which I truly started to adore, he says. Garfield was raised in a Jewish home, and he is most known for being in the Social Network movie and also The Amazing Spider-Man. But since making this movie, it seems like The Amazing Spider-Man doesn't appeal to him as much anymore as real-life superheroes do, such as the Jesuit missionaries. Garfield said, "It became a very personal journey for me, a dual journey. It was me and Rodriguez, the character he plays, walking together so that I could allow the events of the story to affect me in the way that a young, ambitious, intelligent, articulate, learned Jesuit would respond to being dropped into the front lines of the battle for Christianity." Of the centuries-old spiritual program, Garfield said, "It's almost like a 12-step program. In fact, it's the basis for a lot of 12-step programs, a long-form meditation and prayer spent imagining the life of Christ, story by story, gospel by gospel, and sitting with his teachings, sitting with him as he discovers who he is in the wilderness and really meditating upon his life and even crucifixion." And by the time it came for filming, he explained, "I was filled up with all of this information and all of this longing to spread the teachings of Christ, which I truly started to adore." The movie Silence will have its wide release in January 2017. We received a Facebook message from Roger Berkeley, who is a friend of Andrew, who made our NCG logo that you see at the beginning and end of all our panels and movie reviews. He was explaining how over in Ireland they are struggling to keep the public from repealing the 8th Amendment to their constitution, which protects the unborn child. Roger and Andrew, in association with a support group called Women Hurt, made a music video called Every Time that is strongly pro-life, and he wanted us to reach out to you guys to go and view this film and give feedback and share it around as much as possible for the sake of Ireland and their constitution and the unborn of that country. When you were little, you always thought about staying up until Santa Claus came into your home and left the presents so you could get a glimpse of him. Well, now researchers have reconstructed the face of Santa Claus, and youcatholic.com can tell you all about it. St. Nicholas's remains are located in the Basilica of St. Nicholas in Bari, Italy. And in the 1950s, his crypt was repaired and the remains were removed, and then at the Vatican's request, a scientist went in and took acute measurements of the skull of St. Nicholas. After those measurements were collected, years later and up to 2014, the face of the 4th century Byzantine bishop was reconstructed by an English scientist from the University of Manchester. Becky Roach over at Catholic Link has this awesome list of 35 Catholic gifts that I've been looking through and absolutely love, like the Catholic Adventure Bible and Tiny Saints, and a list of so many others I'm still looking through now that I'm really excited about. Go take a look at it at catholiclink.org. From us here at New Catholic Generation, we hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and thank you for watching Catholic Social Media News.